Reactive Training Systems.
You said something when you were talking about your competition in Portugal. You said that, you went into that competition mentally very relaxed and performed really well. Is that a mentality that you now aim for? Maybe you always kind of aim for it, just to compete relaxed, and that's where you find your peak performance at?
So just like powerlifting, you have some athletes that only do specific show a year. That is advised, but then again, to the upcoming strongmen, I mean, or like athletes, I'd like to advise them to put themselves out there more. Because the advantage of that is it made me kind of master the craft and it made me realize, look, there's nothing to lose. I just have to go out there and do what I do best. And the more and more I competed, like trying to make a name for myself last year, I got really confident. And I believed more in myself and I got more relaxed because I knew even if I don't make it on this comp, I could make it on the next comp. So that was the mindset, the growth mindset I had. Obviously, there are risks putting your body online, which some coaches will not advise. So I remember talking to some pros in the Giants Live and I telling them how many comps I did a year. They were like, damn, Evans, that's really much. But then again, that's what fastened up my progress. Because I was willing to put myself on there and I knew the factors like me being young, me being able to recover faster and all of these.
Yeah.
So talking of the patience and the relaxed mentality, I'm grateful for the comps I actually took on, the recs I actually took on, and it made me more better mentally because, like I said, putting yourself out there really, really, really builds character,
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yeah, but
I agree. I even think similarly along those same lines for powerlifting. If you're a young powerlifter who recovers quickly, it's like you hear people talk about how you do a powerlifting comp and you're beat up and you kind of don't know what everybody's talking about. I was like that when I was young. And if I could go back and do it again, I would have done like one comp a month. I think it would be great
Yeah.
to really learn the skill of competing because there's a certain rhythm to it. There's a
Yeah.
skill to it. And you can't do that forever. Like later on, it's just not really possible, or if you were to do it, it would be really compromised. You couldn't do it the same way. So yeah, I think that taking advantage of your youth is
Yeah.
probably a good thing. As long as you don't accumulate anything that's like truly long term, then it seems like a great way to build experience.
yeah, also over time you learn your own limits. So in the beginning you have to test the waters a bit.
But
And
the
then,
question is, what are limits? Limits are, I believe, are like mental barriers we create for ourselves. An example is Jesus of Olivares, one of the allegedly strongest on earth. He didn't put limits on himself. He's still pushing it. Who knows? He recently broke the squat record. He could be the first to squat 500 kilos. So see, it's really interesting then again because Jesus is pretty young. Because having to be a strength athlete, I follow up with the powerlifting, big names and stuff.
Yeah.
It's really nice seeing his training, going through the whole process. It also advises me, limits are boundaries you put in your mind. The body was made to actually overcome this, to really put yourself out there. Think about it.
see, that's really impressive because you are also something that is really unique about you is that you're known for your strong fighting spirit. So where does this actually come from?
Oh, so as a kid being born in Ghana, like literally not having much options because like sports is a luxury. Having the privilege to be able to like, show or showcase my strength, literally kind of give me a different energy or different vibe to let people understand everything, they actually dreamt of is possible. And like I said, not being a victim of your past, because most people actually still live in the past. And what makes a great athletes, when you talk to the big names, they kind of make peace with their past. So it's in sync. I mean, most people are still battling things they could never speak about. And that could be a game changer. The more you let go of the past and realize the possibility in like finding who you are in the future, trust me, it's a different type of discovery. It's like finding gold, really. You could be
What
in
was that
sync.
process like for you? Like, how did you manage to do that?
To be honest, I'm grateful for the people I surrounded myself with. I'm grateful for let's say the books I read. Because I do have a background in accounting and I used to invest on the markets, stock markets. So basically, all these little things, because you buy a company obviously with the facts and figures, but then again, reality goes against, whatever happens. So what you have is hope and belief that your world could change. Sometimes you get let down and at the same time, you still hope. So I realized the main keyword in life is just hope and belief, because no one knows what's going to happen tomorrow. People have ended their lives, thinking, hey, the world's all over, and it all happen inside of the mind. So you having the word called believe and hope is something I got to nurture, through like little threads I had. So whatever is happening, be it in training or outside of training, you need to focus on the future. I mean, the possibility of creating a better future. So that's what has kept me. Obviously, people will ask you to be very like realistic, but it's okay to be delusional. I mean, when it comes to mental health and looking at things from a positive mindset, you need to look up for the future. That's
I
what
like
keeps you
that.
going.
You're not the only high level athlete that I've heard say this either, by the way. It's just it's just interesting the word choice similarity as well. I was talking to a friend of mine, international competitive powerlifter and whatnot. She often credits her delusions with, like, she cites her delusions as being a source of progress.
Hey, let me tell you something that I know about you. Your lifting is important to you. It's probably one of your biggest priorities. And for people like us, nothing compares to the feeling that you get when you set a new PR. That feeling of being the best that you've ever been, of doing something that you've never done before. This is what we're all after, and it's also what RTS specializes in. Getting you the absolute best program possible so that you can hit new PRs and reach your goals. We call it radically individualized training, and we're really good at it. Whether we need to account for busy schedules or equipment limitations, or precisely turn the dials and get the details of the program just right, we have the tools and the experience to guide your lifting to the next level. To us, coaching is all about leadership, relationship, and creative problem solving. A coach should be poised to help you make tough decisions about training and competing so that you can continually grow in your development. And of course, a coach should be a first-rate problem solver, especially when it comes to your training, technique, and strategy. Now, all this has to be built off of a really strong, professional coaching relationship that emphasizes trust and respect. Additionally, RTS coaches are not on an island. We have a strong network of professionals to reach out to, so if you find yourself in need of some specific expertise, say in the realm of nutrition or injury management or sports psychology, there's a deep expertise available there too. For more information, go to store.reactivetrainingsystems.com and click on coaching. That's store.reactivetrainingsystems.com, then click on coaching. Hope to see you on the team soon.